Hello and welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven, and we are going to perform a tarot reading and figure out what your spirit guides are trying to tell you. What messages they're trying to send to you, what you're supposed to focus on, things of that nature. I hope everyone's having an awesome day, hanging in there. And yeah, let's get into this and see what we're working with. All right. So we start off the reading with the Devil, followed by the Fool, and the Ten of Swords. So if we're looking for messages from our spirit guides, it's to try to break bindings to bad behavior. Try not to overindulge. Try not to put a band-aid, and this is to work on yourself. So it's really easy for all of us to take a break, step back, have a few drinks, distract, play video games. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. And I think that something's going on in your life that you need a break from, but when you're taking a break, you're actually involving yourself or participating in bad destructive behavior. So when you have that downtime, when you're trying to get out of the haze or the chaos of what's going on, we need to set aside some time for introspection. So we have the Fool that follows the Devil card. And that is, the Fool's journey. Take that step, take that leap. I always say that the Fool is traveling light. We're trying to get rid of that excess baggage. We're going to move forward with things that are only going to facilitate success, us reaching our goals, and things that are positive in our lives. Now we have the Ten of Swords here that kind of doubles down on you're looking for a change. You are in a mental haze, chaos, confusion, not knowing where to kind of turn. And I think that feeds into, well, shit. If things are this bad, I can't figure it out. I can't get out of this. It's making me sad, anxious, depressed, whatever situation you are in. Absolutely, we need distraction from that. We have to step back, but try not to do things that make it worse. Try not to do things that add to your depression, to your sadness, to your anxiety. And start to work on yourself. Start to figure out things about yourself. Learn patience, learn new ways of looking at everything, gain perspective, and really utilize what you were given, your blessings, your gifts, to move forward and help yourself grow, evolve. Attack these problems, these concerns, these stressors or depressors head on. But you have to do it with a clear mind, and you have to do it in a way that is going to create positive change for yourself. It does take little steps, but the first step is the hardest, right? You have to step off the ledge. You have to commit to something, put a plan together. And that's what the cards and ultimately your spirit guides are telling you. Now we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, I think you're not paying attention, one, wholly to their signs, to their messages, to what they're trying to tell you. But I think someone is in your circle, whether it be a romantic partner, a friend, a family member, somebody is trying to assist you. Someone that you really care about, and someone that really loves and cares about you. You're very apathetic about the situation, however. You're kind of, look at the figure here. The figure is looking at the ground, not paying attention, and kind of just dwelling in their own despair, sadness, anxiety, whatever emotions are kind of flowing around through you right now. But there's someone holding their hand out, for a hug, to console, to counsel, to assist. And it's really easy to look for solidarity. You don't want to bother anybody with your problems, with your troubles, your concerns, your stressors. But I think you need to. So once you figure out kind of the ins and outs of what's causing everything and how you can address this, learn a little more about how to use your gifts, your blessings, your talents to address the world or whatever's going on with you right now, there's also support for you. There's also help. People that have gone through those experiences and people that love you and may not understand, but just want you to talk to them and release some of that burden off of your shoulders. And we have the Prince of Cups on the left side of the Devil, and this is the Knight of Cups. It's represented as the Prince in this deck, but this could signify something to do with love and romance. It is definitely someone in your life is interjecting stress, anxiety, depression, sadness. This has to do with your personal journey, but I think you have someone along the ride with you. And that might be the focus of everything that's kind of going downhill for you emotionally. So it could be, once again, a romantic partner. It could be a really close friend, you know, a family member, something like that. But there's a lot of love. There's a lot of emotion involved with this. And, you know, typically when we go through introspection, we have to work on ourselves, as I say, before we can address other things externally. But I do really think that this has to do with someone else. So this is not a journey you are on by yourself, one, because you have someone that really loves you and cares about you, or multiple people that you can reach out to that want you to reach out. They are observing you, you know, sitting by yourself, staring at the ground, if you will, based on the representation in this image. But I do think there might be a romantic connection that is either broken or there's a lot of stress surrounding that, or a really close friend. You know, it doesn't always have to be romance, but I think there's somebody really important in your life that either you are not connecting with, or something is happening to them and you are taking on some of that energy. Let's go below the surface and get some clarification on these cards. So underneath that Prince of Cups, which is going to represent the other person, friend, family member, romantic partner that you love, that is adding, you know, some of the stress, sadness, depression that you're going through, that's causing you to participate in behaviors that are kind of self-destructive. We have the Wheel. And the Wheel is governed by Saturn, right? So it's making sure that Saturn is restriction. It can be binding, you know, authority, something that holds everything together. And there's positive and negative aspects of the Wheel. Under this, I think that, under this meaning the Prince of Cups, I think the Wheel is talking about getting back to some sort of routine, some sort of plan. We talked about putting a plan together on the Fool's journey, trying to figure out how to tap into your blessings, gifts, talents, what you're good at, to address not only this situation, but other situations in the future. And I think this is really talking about that routine and getting away from a routine of distraction, of overindulgence, of self-destructive behavior, and turning that into a positive, change in the cycle, if you will, and using that energy for goodness within yourself and positivity and setting goals, right? I think if you break those bad habits, those routines that are self-destructive, that's when you start to gain clarity. So the Ace of Swords is about victory. It's also about clarity. So you can see a goal. You can see things. We talked about the haze. You can see the clouds start to part. You can see something in the future that you're working towards. And once again, you have to work on yourself first before you can help this other person or connect with them, whatever's going on here. And remember, you have the support from someone who really cares about you as well, that is different from whatever is causing the emotional chaos, if you will. So underneath the Fool, we have the Princess of Wands, which is going to represent the page in this deck. And so this would signify probably romantic love. You might not be connected with them in a relationship, but you really deeply care about them. So this is basic fire and passion with the wands, that divine spark, that connection. And I think you have to find that within yourself on the Fool's journey, if you will, and then rekindle that flame with this person. You know, we can love our friends who we call our family so deeply, you know, and it doesn't have to be physical or sexual or anything like that. But there is something that is really, really stressing you out. And I think you're confused and you don't know what to do. And it's easy to turn to things for distraction, for forgetting, you know, what's going on in your life. And I think if you focus on releasing the bindings to this bad behavior, you start turning the negative thoughts, negative emotions that are affecting you into positivity, gaining some clarity, realizing that you have that, you know, that divine spark fire inside you, and you want to have that connection with this other person. You want to help them. You want to be with them. You want to be around them. You know something has to change. We have the 9 of Cups. If you release the behavior that is self-destructive and realize all of this, realize you have support, realize you love this other person, then the 9 of Cups, that is the fruition of all of your emotions and your cups being filled. That is being satisfied emotionally. That is finding your joy and your happiness again. And this is the change that needs to occur. When we partake, involve ourselves in self-destructive behavior, it feels good in the moment typically. It is a nice change. It is not a permanent change. It is a shortcut to distract the mind and the emotions. And everything has a cause and effect. And I think the effects that are occurring here right now on you are not very good. We need to get those cups filled. Underneath the 4 of Cups, we have the Hierophant. So this is having faith in yourself, having faith that you are here for a reason, faith in other people. And with the Hierophant, it is governed by Taurus not being stubborn, not just closing yourself off from other people. Don't be bullheaded. Realize that people are there to talk to you, support you. Those people that love you, they don't give a shit about what's going on. Just open up, even if it really doesn't feel like it makes sense. It is better to reach out and work through things and get a different perspective and ideas, and realize you're not the only person that's gone through something like this. And then you can gain perspective and look at things a little bit differently, and once again put that plan together. So the Hierophant's telling you to have faith in yourself, have faith that things will work out. Now, as always, the universe seems to have a plan where things don't work out the way we always want them to. We talk about wants and needs. It's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Right? We have the Wheel here. The Wheel is also destiny. It is luck. It is the path that you were supposed to be on. Perhaps you were supposed to go on this journey. You were supposed to figure out things about yourself, learn patience, learn how to balance your emotions, maybe learn loss, learn hurt, so you can realize what happiness, joy feels like, gaining something, reward feels like. so you can go on the fool's journey, so you can connect with other people, share experiences, learn about yourself and the world. And in the future, you can address things a little bit differently and not, wallow in sadness and depression by yourself and, reach for things that distract you or make you forget. So your spirit guides want you to feel loved. They want you to be happy. They want you to be joyful. They're telling you to cut the shit with the destructive behavior. Realize you have people around you that support you. You need a change. You need some introspection. This has something to do with a deep love for another human, another person that you care for dearly. But this is the path that you are supposed to be on. This is part of what you're supposed to learn and maybe what you agreed to come back. You need clarity. You need to realize you have that divine spark inside of you and you want to share that. But have faith in the universe's plan for yourself. Have faith in your blessings, your gifts, and in other people and situations. That this is not the end of the world. This is just something difficult that others have gone through. So reach out. Don't be bullheaded. Don't be stubborn. And I think if you do that and have some introspection, things are going to work out the way that they're supposed to. So thank you so much for your time if you stuck around. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you enjoy the content and the readings and you are not subscribed, you can always subscribe. You can also hit the notification bell to get alerts when I release new material. And take care of yourself and have an amazing rest of your day. All right.